right, good morning everybody. I am going to be doing homemade marinara sauce with our homegrown tomatoes. So as you can see here, I have a total of 40 pounds. There's a couple off camera as well. I'm probably going to be doing one batch at a time, which is going to take about 20 pounds of tomatoes, and I'm going to take you along for the process of making homemade marinara. So the first thing I'm going to do is I just took the top off. I think I'm going to... You just want to get them all roughly the same size. And then just put them, and that one's still a little green. Cut that off. And then just get them on a pan. So I'm going to be sitting here cutting tomatoes. Yeah, do want to cut this off. And getting them on my pan to get them roasted. And I do have my oven preheated to 375. So if you hear something beep, that's what's going on. All right, I think maybe one more tomato on this tray and then I've got to be done. Because it says do it in a single layer. All right, so I have one tray finished. Go ahead and start my next. All right, so here are my tomatoes. I got 2 pans going in. So we'll do one in the top oven. And one in the bottom oven. Okay, I have another tray. I have more tomatoes. I just put the scraps in this bowl. I'll feed these to the chickens or put them in the compost pile. I'm just going to keep on working here for a little bit, getting all these tomatoes chopped and on trays, and I will come back when I have some more prep to do, cutting onions and stuff like that. Okay, so my timer just went off, which means the ones that are in the oven have been cooking for about 45 minutes. I have been working this whole time. I have 2 more trays ready to go, so I'm going to put those in just a minute. As you can see, I still have my bucket of scraps. I have 2 bowls that are completely chopped, plus a little bit off camera, and then so I'm down to just these right here that need to be chopped, and I'll chop those in just a second. But we're going to go ahead and get these out of the oven. So you can come with me. Yeah, I think those are good. We'll see. Okay, so I have my pan of roasted tomatoes over here, and I have my mill. We chose to go with a hand mill for right now because we want to see if we like it before we go and get a powered mill. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoop my tomatoes into my mill. Start with that. And let me actually turn it around. Okay. Let's add some more. They smell real good. And as you can see, we have a beautiful tomato sauce. Can you see that? Beautiful tomato sauce. So I'm going to keep on going. and I'll get back with you when I'm done with the first tray. Okay, we're back. So I was gonna film me cutting onions and completely forgot. So in here I have 3 cups of onions. But what I am gonna do now is I'm going to go ahead and chop the garlic. Now we really like garlic, so there's probably gonna be a few more. No, it'll be about the right. Some of them are just really tiny, some of them are really big. So I'm gonna get all this garlic right here. I needed 6 cloves per batch, so I need 12 total. And then I have this handy dandy garlic thing so that when you do it, it completely takes the skin off. And I believe this is from it's from Pampered Chef. So then I don't have to try and peel them myself. It does most of the work. All right, so I do have my garlic press. So I'm going to take these that are good and just press them in here. Okay, so I got the garlic all in my bowl. Oop. And that's my timer for me to get more tomatoes out. So I'll show you where I'm at right now. So this is all I have left in bowls. That's my onions and my garlic. That's all the pulp. And then over here I have these 2 trays that are about to go in. And then in here I have all of my beautiful sauce, and it's probably just below that first line right there. So let's go ahead and get the next set of tomatoes out. Looking good. And we'll put these in. This is tray number 5. And here is tray number 6. Right here, tray number 6 going in. Alrighty, so what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and process. I let these cool for a few minutes before I start processing them. So I'll let them cool for about 3 to 5 minutes. Then I will process them. I'm going to go ahead and add this, my salt, my wine, and all my other ingredients to the pot, and I'm going to go ahead and get them going. I am following the oven roasted marinara sauce from the Ball's, the all new Ball book of canning and preserving. It is on page 204, so this is the one that I am following. And I did double the recipe, so I'm doubling everything in the ingredients, and we will water bath can in the end. So this is just my bookmark. Alrighty, we'll see you guys in a few. Okay, so in my pot already, which I don't have all the tomatoes done, but I'm just gonna go ahead and start getting everything in there, is my wine. And then here are my onions and my garlic. So then the other thing I need is my salt, my bay leaves, and my oregano. Now I don't have just plain oregano, so I'm going to use Italian seasoning. Hopefully that won't do anything other than just give it flavor. So that's what I will be using. So let's go back to the recipe and see what we need to get. We need 1 tablespoon, so 2 tablespoons of our oregano. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of this, and then I will come back. Okay, so this is the last of the tomatoes going into the mill right now. I took a few minutes to kind of clean up the kitchen, get the dishwasher loaded, and now I'm going to process the last bit. I did make a mistake earlier. I did not toast the onions, or saute the onions, in the oven like I was originally supposed to. So I did fish them out, and I did end up sauteing them. So we are officially done with 40 pounds of tomatoes being processed. And then I'll show you in just a minute, let me wipe my hands off, what my pot's looking like. And I did add all of the ingredients, the wine, the garlic, the salt, the oregano, or in my case, the Italian seasoning, the black pepper, all of that, and now the sauteed onions. I'm going to take it over here and dump it in there. Now I will scrape all of that out, but this is what we have. My spoon. So we have, this is my canning pot, and I have a giant pot of tomato sauce, marinara sauce, because I do have all of the seasonings in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let this boil down until the desired taste and texture that I would like, and I will get back with you when I'm ready to start jarring. Okay, so I have this reduced to the texture and taste that I want. I did have to add a few more seasonings. I added a little bit more salt, a little bit more garlic. I just added garlic powder and a little bit more onion powder. So that is reduced to the place that I want it. The consistency is delicious. It's perfect. I actually have it. My youngest son does not like spaghetti sauce, but he approved of it. And my oldest son loves spaghetti sauce, eats it every other day, and he also approved of it. So that's awesome. So I went ahead and got my canner started. It's warming up my jars. So they said it would take about 20 minutes, which I just did it. So it'll be about 20 minutes or so before it's ready. And then I will pack them and I will put them in there and get that started. Now, these are not going to go to waste. I did see a YouTuber one time, not one time, but a YouTuber that when she does her processing of her tomatoes, that she then takes these and freeze dries it and makes it into a tomato powder. So we will probably do that here in the next little bit as well. So if we do that, we'll go ahead and show you what we do for that. But it'll just be a matter of putting it on our freeze dryer trays and freeze drying it to a powder. So that's where we're at. As soon as we're done and ready to fill jars, I will come back. Okay, so we're back, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my citric acid. You can also add lemon juice. I actually have citric acid, so I'm just going to add that. Because I doubled it, I'm adding 2 teaspoons. And stir that in. Alright, and my canner just stopped. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it, and we are going to get started on filling the jars. Okay, so I have my canner here. It is keeping my jars warm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a jar out. I'm going to set it down. Let me get a paper towel so that I can wipe my lid. I'm going to put my funnel on. Let me tilt you guys up just a little bit more. Tilt my funnel up. Actually, let's pull this closer. And let's pull you a little closer so you can see more of what I'm doing. All right, and now I'm just going to fill it, and it says to fill to 1/2 inch. headspace. So that looks good. And the jars are hot. All right, let's see. Nope, that's gonna be in the way. We'll just set that there. I will get another paper towel out. Dish towel, actually. And I will set my jars up here. I need to put a little bit more sauce in that. There we go. Wipe it. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a lid on it and set it to the side. Finger tightening. And setting it to the side. All right, so now I have 7 jars because that's what fits. So now I will take them and place them back in my canner. All right, and then I need to cover it with just a little bit more water so that it has an inch of water on top. So I'm going to do that and then close the lid and we'll get started. Okay, so I put them all back in there like you saw, put the lid on, and then I just hit that, and now it's going to water can them for 40 minutes and it'll let me know when it's done. Okay, so we just finished. It has finished its 40 minutes of canning. And we now have, if I can get it, this first one's always hard to get. We now have jarred marinara.